Hey guys, it's your girl Angelica, and we are continuing this Beginner's Guide to Makeup series. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and in this series, today you are going to learn how to place your blush, bronzer, and highlight. It's gonna be different for everyone when it comes to blush placement, depending on like your cheekbones, because your highlighter's here, and then your blush is a little bit under. So depending on your cheekbone base. So how do you know where does the blush, the bronzer, and the highlight go? So the highlight is what's gonna illuminate your skin. I know a lot of people don't use highlight. I love highlight. I think it looks absolutely stunning if done right. And we'll get into the brushes. So what brushes do you use when it comes to applying a powder product and highlighter and any of those things? So there's many different brushes you can use. So when it comes to highlighter, you want to use a tapered brush. But if you can't find a tapered brush, there was a time we were using these fan brushes. So you could use a tapered or a fan brush. I don't know if they necessarily make the fan brushes anymore. But you could use a tapered or a fan brush. And then when it comes to applying blush, bronzer, you want to use for your blush, fluffy brush. I would say I love a lot of blush, so depending on how much blush you think you are going to like, that's going to determine how much you eventually add. I like to add layers of blush. I do think I'm somebody who has that considered blush blindness. But you want to have your brushes that are either tapered, have this like fluff to them. These are the brushes you want to use for your blush and your bronzer and your highlighter. You don't want to use your hands when it comes to applying makeup. I know a lot of people use their hands, but that's what gives that cake appearance here. So I'm using our Peach Perfect palette. That's what I'm using. And so we're going to apply the bronzer first. That is what you go in with. So this is your bronzer. And make sure when you do choose a bronzer that it fits your undertone. So with applying any type of makeup, you want to know your undertone, whether you're cool, you're neutral, or you are a warm tone. I am a neutral, so I don't have to worry too much. But make sure when you are getting a bronzer or you're using a bronzer that it is your undertone. That's something I've learned. So we're gonna apply our bronzer. Apply bronzer. I like to do a fluffy brush. I mean, you can do, if you want yours to be sharp, you could do a contour brush. I prefer a bronzer brush. I mean, a bigger brush when I apply bronzer, because I just feel like it's easier to control versus another, type of contour brush. But I like to just look a little more sun-kissed. So I like to just go through and apply and just blend that out. You want to make sure too you don't choose a bronzer that looks ashy on you, because that will mess with your makeup. And let's say this isn't blending for me. I take another style brush. That's just to place it. But let's say it's not blending for me the way I want. I take another brush. That's what I do, is I take another brush to just get that to blend. This is a cream to powder, this formula. So I just take that and blend this way. You want to make sure it doesn't look too ashy on you when you are choosing a bronzer. This is more of a neutral palette when it comes to blush, bronzer, and highlight. So this is just one layer of bronzer. I like to do a few layers, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I'm just showing you what it's like to layer and how you place it. This is another stippling brush. So when I add another layer, sometimes I like to grab another brush. That way I'm not messing with what I applied. So I'm just taking another brush. I feel like I have more bronzer blindness than I have blush blindness, but I do like a lot of blush. Blending that. Just blending our bronzer. I like to take a fluffy brush and I just like to just swirl and go right in between the contour I just applied. So I like to do that. And with blush too, I don't care if I have blush blindness. Just blending that. You want to use a fluffy brush when you are doing your blush. And then sometimes too, if you don't like the way the fluffy brush is, you can switch the brush into more of a tapered look. So if you don't like how it's applying, you could just go like this and just do the pads of your finger with your blue. See, the thing is too, when you're holding your brush, you want to hold it like this so that you can blend and you can control. I know a lot of people are like this when they blend. I like to go pinch it like how you pinch a gripper. That's what I like to do. So I'm just applying that blush right to my cheek. And if I want another layer, I take that and I go in with another layer. But I drag the blush up. Some people put it different ways. This is how I like my blush. Okay, so with your blush, you want to go the apples of your cheek. That's where your blush should be. A little bit down. See, this is where I'm placing it. That's where your blush should be. And then you're just dragging that on your cheek, pinching it. The fluffy brushes, you don't have to rely on too much with the control because it's a fluffy brush. But when you're taking one of the tapered, you want to drag it right to your skin. And another thing too, when you're wanting your makeup to look good, is make sure you do wash your makeup brushes. So it's another thing is you want to make sure you're washing your brushes pretty frequently. If you guys want a beginner's guide to cleaning your makeup brushes, we can do that too as well. We could add that to the beginner series. But we're just blending out that blush. See, this is why, oh, my freaking hair is in my mouth. This is why you want to add a powder before you go in with your powder products. This is a cream to powder formula, which you might not be used to that, but it's pretty easy to work with. And I would say our palettes are pretty beginner friendly. So we're just blending out that blush the way we want. Then we're gonna go with highlighter. So with highlighter, it's better to take a tapered blush. I like to go in with layers. So this in the middle is your highlighter. So we've got blush here. Bronzer goes before blush, and then your highlighter goes last. So you apply your bronzer, and then you apply your blush, and then you apply your highlighter. Just so that you know that is how you apply. So we're gonna put the highlight on. I love a lot of highlighter. This video is not gonna be too long because it's practically done. But yeah, depending on how much highlighter you you just keep going. But this is how you apply that highlighter. And then if you feel like a damp sponge and tap it in, that's typically what I do as well, is I take my damp sponge and then I tap it into my skin. I'm just applying that highlighter. I love highlighter. I'm such a highlighter girl. Oop. I am such a highlighter girl. So we've got... Alright, let's make sure that this is blended out the way we want it to be. So where is my sponge? That's what I need, is my sponge. So what I like to do is just take the corner and go like this. so it blends into my skin. Not that it's not, I just like to do this extra step when I do my makeup and I have time. I don't always have time, but when I do have time, that's what I like to do. And then sometimes I like to go back through with another layer of highlighter. So let's go back through and add another layer. I love a lot of highlighter, so depending on how much highlighter you like is going to determine what you use and how you apply. Oh, my makeup looks so good. I could film even more videos. But that is your beginner's guide to doing your face makeup. I don't know what I will call it. I would say probably beginner's guide to doing powder makeup would probably be, you know, powder placement, powder makeups, etc. But that is how you apply your brush, your blush, and your bronzer. But yeah, that is how you do blush, and that's how you do bronzer, and that is how you do highlight. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like and comment down below. What is your, what is a makeup product you struggle with application with? So comment down below what is a makeup product that you struggle with application with. Meaning applying, meaning you've done it, but you haven't really perfected it. So comment down below that. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Take care. Bye, guys.